It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. The action tonight will be happening out in Los Angeles, where the Clippers will be going up against the Toronto Raptors. For the Raptors, they've been looking forward to this game and have to be anxious to tip it off. They've been
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline at the Staples Center, where the Clippers will try to turn it up on their home floor. And David Aldridge.
Well, guys, when DeMar
And DeRozan is so important to this Raptors team, DA, I'm sure they're glad he's sticking around for the long haul.
And in today's game, we're really so used to thinking of passing as the key to an efficient offense. But this Raptors club, they do it a different way. For them, that screen is the assist, giving their guards space to pull up or attack the rim.
Boys, nice and high.
And so off the tip, it's Toronto. Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Ibaka is the 4 and Valanciunas in the middle. The talented Lowry and DeRozan pair in the backcourt. And it's Powell in at the 3 spot. Valanciunas, good. And the Raptors for the last few seasons, Greg, right at the bottom of the league in assists.
Yeah, but nevertheless, they do make good decisions. They're a low turnover team, and they've been pretty efficient offensively. One area where you can offset that is by their ability to get to the free throw line, because that puts a lot of pressure on your defense with their ability to attack.
Here's Powell, following the basket by Blake Griffin.
You can't just throw up stuff like that with DeAndre Jordan lurking around.
And here's Los Angeles. And Beverly kicks to Griffin. Over Ibaka, and it's blocked by Ibaka. Pass to Rivers. Jordan with the screen on DeRozan. Shot clock at 6. And there it is for him. Rivers has got his first 2 points.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Powell with the screen. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Wants to get it to DeRozan, and does. Over Rivers, and DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist from Ibaka.
Mindset right now is pretty strong. Superb at staying aggressive, and right now stringing some plays together.
Here's Gallinari. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
Solid shot from Gallo. He knows he has a mismatch down inside. Sinks the shot.
It's up a 3. Shot's good by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 5 points so far.
Well, in this day and age, big men shoot more and more three-pointers, and he's fully capable of a triple.
Gallinari passes to Griffin. Fires the 3, and Gallinari with the 3. Gallinari's got his second bucket.
Well, the defense has to close out on Gallinari. He's shooting the 3. That's where he's dangerous.
It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And DeAndre Jordan not a focal point offensively for this team, but as a defender, he understands he can make a big difference.
I'm not really a big scorer for our team, but that's not my job. My job is to defend and rebound for our team. And, I've accepted my role, and I feel like I'm, excelling in my role.
Jordan, a man who knows what his job is, and he likes his job and does it very, very well. He is excelling.
And he may not be the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year, but he is certainly the Clippers' Defensive Player of the Year. Jordan has become a defensive beast. And the thing of it is, he's still learning, still getting better.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
I like the confidence that they've shown here early on.
Yeah, I think they've controlled the momentum, and that is showing up.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Williams is out there with Teodosic. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Decker, and it's Reed in at the 5 spot. Here's Wright after the basket by Montrezl Harrell. Here's Anunoby, and again Toronto with the triple.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction, and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Now here's Decker. Kicks it to Harrell. 41 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Toronto leading by 3.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
Working the clock is one element, but you also want to get as good a shot as you can.
Here's Teodosic. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And Harrell slams it in.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Especially in a game that is this close, every possession counting. That was just one side wanting it more than the other.
Right side, DeRozan, and another basket for Toronto.
Textbook bounce pass there, perfectly timed.
And so it's Toronto with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Coach, it's early in the season, so what can you say about how things are?
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille O'Neal. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. They really touched on the right formula in the second quarter as they were able to pull out to a 6-point lead before the halftime break. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, I think to shoot a high percentage, your offense has to be in sync. And in the first half, those guys were sharing the basketball, playing for each other. Now it becomes a matter of being consistent at it.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
Well, they had a hard time scoring inside. In fact, their offense was run almost exclusively along the perimeter. A lot of jumpers. It's too predictable. You got to mix it up.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
None of my jumpers is touching the rim. I try to pop it again and again. I don't get tired, I be letting it fly. I shoot the same from beginning to end. No one can stop me.
The view from high above downtown Los Angeles, where we are returning to action here at the Staples Center. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2. You've heard the rumors, Brent, the death of the big man, but with guys like Towns and Porzingis and others entering the league that can play in the perimeter and still have that length to make a difference inside, could we see a big man renaissance, or at least maybe see him have more of an impact than people are giving him credit for right now?
Well, I think what we're seeing is the evolution of the 5 spot, Kevin. So it's not that the big man is lost, it's that the big man's doing a lot of the things that the little man used to be asked to do, and that is shooting threes, handle the ball, make some decisions at the top of the key, be a playmaker. It's fascinating to watch guys with this sort of size and this sort of skill, and also being this young, having such a tremendous impact for the organizations they're playing for.
So for Toronto right now, Lowry and DeRozan are the 1 and the 2. They create so much offense. Ibaka is the 4, and Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Powell in at the small forward. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, it may not be the era of the center in the NBA, but Jonas Valanciunas has something to say about that. He said, I try to make sure they don't forget about centers. I'll keep reminding them. The league is full of guys that can do different things, but I still think you need a center that can rebound the ball and score in the low post. I agree. Kevin?
Well, the centers are still important, David. Good to see Valanciunas making his presence felt in the paint.
That's what you get with a bigger guard, a guy that can carve out a little bit more space, and Rivers does a good job that time.
Ibaka, this is to DeRozan. Lowry against Beverly. Here's Griffin. Powell pulls it in.
Not a lot of defense there. You can't afford to let guys shoot freely from the mid-range. You're not going to miss those all that often.
DeRozan in the corner. Over Rivers. And down it goes just as the clock hits 0.
How about the timing? An unbelievable touch on that one.
Do you think he knew? He knew from the moment he let that go. Just unreal.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Raptors lead by 6. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
Get the pass, attack. Pass, attack. But down there, we got to get stuck.
Dwayne Casey focusing on ball movement and finishing strong, but also getting it done on D.
Yeah, getting stops and then taking care of the boards. It's only working if you get control of the basketball.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The 4th quarter of action getting started. Decker is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Reed. Then it's Williams. And it's Teodosic in at the 1. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Plays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, high percentage look there for Ibaka. He can be automatic in there when given room.
Picked by Harrell. Knocked away. Nogueira with the steal. Right outside. Screen by Ibaka. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Screen by Ibaka. From deep, Miles. Decker with the rebound.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
And Wright kicks to Ibaka. Powell with the screen. Back to Wright. Ibaka sets the pick for Wright. Step back shot. And again, it's Toronto converting.
And just a nice job there to shake free of the D inside and then drain the jumper.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They trail by 6. 32 seconds left in the 4th quarter. What do you think, guys?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
They'd love to get it into the hands of their best scorer, but you also need a backup plan. Plan B has to be covered.
And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Serge Ibaka.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And an intentional foul right there.
Austin Rivers. That's his first personal foul.
.16 seconds left in the 4th. And they go to the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Toronto, Kyle Lowry at the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And I like how scrappy and aggressive Lowry is on the court. And it's easy to see how much his teammates enjoy playing alongside him.
And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 8. 15 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, this has been rough all the way around. I mean, coming in with high hopes and then just now trying to finish the best they can.
And I think that's exactly what we're going to see. Fight all the way through, even to the bitter end. And there might as well have been no guy up on the pick. Nothing happened there. Can't be surprised at the results.
So it's Toronto winning this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. DeMar, big game for you offensively. You were calling for the ball. Looked like you were really looking to be aggressive.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time